special one. Right. So you guys got woken up, grabbed by Elliot, drug off to the set where Bobcat Production is going to be filming and called Handy, and it's all Bobcat personnel. You guys are getting put into it because they need new characters, and Elliot is over the moon with how well he's been getting you guys parts and stuff. The chauffeur driver, she's whistling and stuff. She's happy, and the divider's down, and she's like, "Isn't it a beautiful day?"
No.
Ah.
Yeah, I suppose.
Apparently, her and Yana's not getting along there, Doc Fulton.
Meh.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah. So anyway, the building that you get brought to is essentially a big 2-story high block, and it's connected by enclosed hallways to other big blocks. It's on a set thing. There's people wandering around in various fantastical costumes and stuff. And you guys are getting the weird buzz feeling of like other actors around and stuff, obviously. But he takes you in, and he says, "Now look, the director, he is pretty much a difficult individual in many ways.
I see.
But this got shot, and it got picked up for a season on TV. So people told him it wouldn't work. People told him it was crap, and he persevered, and he's getting it done. Now his name is Keon McCall, but don't call him that. He wants to be called Menzie. Menzie. Give me language Zulu, please."
Oh, of course.
You make it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you make it, Yana?
I fumble.
You fumble. Right. It means kind of like a butt pie in Zulu, Yana. Chris, it means creator in Zulu.
Okay.
It's kind of not the kind of thing that anybody who actually spoke Zulu, as apparently Doc Fulton does, would call themselves unless their ego was the size of, well, bigger than a butt pie. You get introduced to him, and he is black, thin, overly intense. He's the kind of guy who would sit there like this and fucking stare at the monitor thing while you guys are trying to do a scene and not move, and then fucking yell at everybody for a half an hour and then do another take type shit.
We need cards, by the way.
Oh, go ahead and draw 6 cards each until Matt gets here, and then you can each discard 2.
I can't get into the thing because it's the pictures are overlapping the skull thing.
Oh, okay. Here, I'll give each of you some cards then.
I can take mine.
Okay. And then I will deal 4 to
okay.
Chris.
I fixed it. I got it. I can do it.
Oh, carry on.
I resized it and it works now.
That's a spirit. I hear Matt dancing in the background, just a little slow, sexy dance. Anyway.
Magic item goes bye-bye.
I don't think you have any magic items left, do you?
No. They all got sucked away.
Aren't you lucky?
No, they all were taken away when we came in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got rid of 2 reds.
I had the magic book disappears.
Ah, no problem. Neither of you actually own one, which is really handy. And it's actually really lucky for Matt that he's currently not playing because, things. So yeah, it's all coming up roses for stuff. Anyway, so now I need each of you to make a luck roll for me to help determine your part because, this. Oh, let me tell you about your co-stars real quick. What, Matt?
So Wurst is better.
Let's see, your co-stars. One of them is named Barbara Kuritz, but people unkindly call her Barbarella. She's blonde-haired, blue-eyed, huge-breasted bombshell whose clothing always puts her moments away from a wardrobe malfunction. She is obviously the show pull for a certain demographic, that being male. She's in her mid-20s. She seems kind of aloof and stuff. And, yeah. Then there's also one of the producers. By the way, just so you guys know, there's like about 100 people that work on this show. So I'm just giving you a couple of high points here, okay?
Yeah.
One of the producers is named Alo Lashar. She appears to be a Klingon, complete with forehead, wearing armor, although you guys can make spot hidden rolls. Brown hair, brown eyes, somewhat stocky or sturdy build. Maybe in her 30s. Medium-skinned Klingon. Let me know in your spots how you do.
No.
No?
Found it again.
Right. How well did you make it, Chris?
I just made it. Nothing special.
You don't think her armor's real. You think it's made to look really good, which it does. But you're thinking that, you know, it's cloth-ish as opposed to actual metal and shit, right?
Okay.
But anyway, she occasionally speaks in Klingon to certain members of her staff who understand it and speak it back. So both of you get to make Klingon language rolls.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Who says you don't get to roll some weird shit? Nobody? Okay. No. Right. Not everybody speaks Klingon, by the way, just so you're aware. It's like her people do. But there's also the male lead. I'll give you the characters' names and stuff in a second. Is named Floyd Morrison. He has a chin you could crack walnuts on. He has intense blue eyes, dark blonde hair, bodybuilder physique, late 20s, early 30s. And just listening to him talk, you're thinking he does okay with his lines and stuff, but he's not very bright. Okay. Let's see. The characters that are in the show. One of them is named Handy, and it looks like somebody said, "How can we rip off R2-D2 and not get sued?" Answer: stick arms on it. And so once per show, one or both of the arms fall off, and then all the actors in the area go, "Handy," and that's like the fucking recurring thing, right? Oh yeah. The not very bright guy that I mentioned earlier plays the character called Captain Faze Manley. He's the big chin, tough as nails, remarkable physique captain who will bravely charge into any battle, whether it makes rational sense or not. With his twin 6-shooter blasters, he takes the galaxy and humps it into submission, literally. The eye candy lady is playing a character called Davina. She's the captain's aide to camp. She was hired, well, you know, primarily for her breasts, but she is from some sort of sexually promiscuous planet. She has all of the worst stereotypes from a patriarchal society heaped on her curvy hips. She also has the worst jobs on the ship, including turning down of the captain's bed at night. You can't believe that anybody's putting money into this, but
wow.
Yeah. Let's see. There's wait, does Dr. Fulton know anybody who worked for the 2020s KBC?
I don't think so.
Very good. There's some other guy who is playing security officer Zhao Ki Joy, and he was apparently raised by Chinese parents, although he is a white person. He appears not to have any talent nor be able to act, but he's really good with Chinese war fans. They've become his weird signature thing. And his tagline is, quote, prepare for Chinese fury. And let's see. Another guy, another character, the pilot is named Lazi Guzgil. He's a humanoid from the planet Wiki Patang Patang. He has blue-green skin, gills, and a strange blue wave that's where his hair would be, as well as a large octopus tentacle growing out of his left shoulder, which is sometimes controlled by off-camera puppeteers, and it randomly slaps people, including the guy who's dressed in the suit, sometimes in the face, sometimes in the crotch, sometimes it knocks over gear. And his tagline is Glub Glub, and this is played by none other than Alex Kinley. The look on Chris's face. Like, what the fuck? Now, I need you two to give me luck rolls to see which of the other parts you guys will be playing.
Of course.
I made it, but nothing special.
Now, Yana, I just need to know if you did better than him or worse.
A little bit worse.
Got it. All right. So the new part that Doc Fulton will be playing is Tech Sergeant Boris Ginaka. He is the Russian accented engineer of the ship. He keeps it running despite fierce enemies, lack of spare parts, and the absence of any common sense. He makes amazing faux pas that, were he in polite society, would have him beaten to death. Your tagline is, in space Russia, you don't whatever, the whatever does you. The look on his face. Let's see. Now, you get to make, now I'm just having you do one roll for each of these, Chris, to see which ones you make, and this is kind of for the show, okay? And for free checks for you. First off, oh, and by the way, should you fail one of the rolls, you actually take damage a lot because they're trying to spice up engineering with random explosions using stuff that can actually hurt you. So first, Chris, give me an acting roll.
Got it by quarter.
Nice. You can definitely act. You may be one of the few people on set who can act. Do you have? Does your character speak Russian?
No, I can try.
You have a choice between either Russian or mimicry for getting your accent right, as opposed to, oh my God, I can't believe that he's supposed to be the Russian.
I'll try mimicry.
Go for it.
No.
All right, and give me a talent roll.
No.
You are no talent, but you got some acting. Give me a memory roll to see if you can remember your lines.
No.
And a dodge roll to see how burned and battered and beat up you are at the end of every day.
By half.
They're disappointed about that. They want you to remember your lines better. And that leaves the part for Yana as Science Officer Tisha Varil. Okay?
Did you say t-shirt?
Tisha. T-E-I-S-H-A.
Okay.
You are the space science officer, and your head is kept in a large fishbowl type thing.
No.
And unfortunately, you are playing a disembodied head that slides along a rail type system connected to computer banks, which means that you're pretty much stuck in a kind of confined space, shuffling back and forth so that your head can move around on the thing. And the gurney they have you on squeaks a bit as you roll around. And yeah. So from you, Yana, oh, and your tagline is, what can this possibly mean? And the worst thing is that anytime your fishbowl thing starts to fog up from your breathing, they ask you to hold your breath so it doesn't. Okay. Now from you, Yana, I need an acting role.
No,
Can't act. Got it. Contortions.
but what is contortion? Oh,
Yeah.
no, didn't make it.
Got it. Sometimes they make you really uncomfortable by pushing your head in the fishbowl on the thing, and then you got to try to keep your body rigid. And it goes,
Oh,
and
I
give me
hate
a
this.
yeah, it's pretty fucked up. And give me a talent roll.
Oh, maybe. What is my talent? Yes, I'm very
Excellent.
talented.
They think you may be destined for great things in this fishbowl, and a memory to remember your lines.
Fumble, probably. Yes.
Nice, excellent. The director screams at you all the time because you keep apparently trying to improv your lines about just random shit. And
I don't want to be an actor anymore. This is horrible.
and give me a con endurance roll for holding your breath for long periods of time as they slowly shoot scenes.
Endurance. What is endurance? Where is it?
Front sheet, near luck. It's close to the luck thing.
Oh yeah, I made it.
Excellent.
Yes.
So, pretty much your life is being talented and holding your breath a lot and having people literally push you around.
I don't like this.
No, it sucks. So there you go. That's your show, and it's just horrible.
Why?
Let's see. Also, other stuff that's going on in the news. They're talking about, because it's been a week, but apparently hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people died in a really bad area of downtown. There was a gang called the Devils. Gang sign, Devils, devil, and it probably had everything to do with him. Anyway, but they got into a fight with unknown assailants, and then a bunch of guys in suits with earpieces came and Crown Vics. All were black Crown Vics, and they just kept coming, and the number just kept doubling every time of these very government-looking guys that showed up and there was a lot of weird shit going on, because all the government guys had was like pistols, but the gang members, they showed somebody with a rocket launcher and shit at one point, and somebody else had a flamethrower, and there's grenades, all kinds of weird shit. It was like one of the biggest gangs in San Angeles, right? And apparently this was going on their special spot in their turf, and they took rather badly to their turf being invaded for some reason. And nobody knows why the government-looking guy showed up, or even what agency they were from. And like for the last week, the police have been working on getting the bodies out of there and parts of bodies and stuff like that, and trying to deal with all the shit going on there. But in the good news, many people did apparently get a free Crown Vic. But a lot of them have been impounded and will be sold at police auction at some point. So if you want a Crown Vic at a low price, there was literally hundreds of them that showed up, Crown Vics. A lot of conspiracy theories going on about what the fuck happened here and stuff. And you see that over like the next couple of days and stuff as you're filming this. Fucking horrible. Yana, your neck so fucking sore because of the pushing constantly on one side or the other. And they're even like talking about attaching a rope read as noose, but it's going to be green so that they can get it out, and then they're going to just pull you from off camera.
No, I refuse. I will punch somebody soon. Don't do it.
The director's like, bring in some different ropes to show her. You be quiet and do your lines. You stop improvising. So that's the kind of shit going on. I'm not sure what you guys are wanting to do, but like we'll say you've worked a couple of days at the thing and you're sitting around the house. It's early evening. It's been there a long day of shooting. The woman with no name is complaining about her neck, and you guys are sitting in the TV area. And until Hugo is done with what he's doing, oh, sorry, not Hugo. God damn it, Alex. He's screaming about demon boxes and stuff, and checking in his room to make sure nobody put in any new fresh demons.
Gotta hate those fresh demons.
That does sound like something he would spend a couple hours every night doing, looking for fresh demons. And the weird thing is that nobody can figure out is every time he finds one, it's like an old iPod or, some sort of like little blinking light or something like that. And there's always something in his room and he doesn't know where the fuck it comes from. Oh, well, maybe he does. I'm sure that your professional butler would never do anything like that. So good. So anyway, that's the kind of shit been going on. So you guys are sitting in the room, and the TV is on low volume in the background and stuff. Are you tired of those kind of situations? Are you tired of being overlooked? Are you tired of just being tired? Try speed. Paid for by the Church of Stan.
Wow.
Did you say you turned it off, Yana?
Okay. So the Crown Vics and those guys are agents, right? That are.
Have you, has your character seen agents before?
Yeah.
Yes, they. Well, you were watching it, but I think Yana turned off the TV after the speed commercial came on for reasons. But you've got a control near you, so you guys can begin playing the flicker on and off game if you want.
Oh, no, I don't care. I just wanted. I was just curious if they were indeed agents.
Oh yeah, they were definitely agents, and like hundreds of them ended up showing up. But it's if you were somehow able to get better footage, then because there was some weird shit, you're not sure what, but just from the little bits of footage you saw, like in the background as the talking head reporters were talking about, there was some weird shit going on, like some dude leaping another dude, going, and his arms and legs back behind him and shit. Just weird shit going on. But it was the kind of thing that you'd have to sit down, preferably with raw footage, and analyze, because you notice that they're kind of showing the same stock scenes over and over.
I'm gonna look at YouTube to see if there was anybody like that captured things.
Give me a research roll. Lower is better because there's a lot of removed videos on YouTube for reasons.
No.
Now, apparently they get removed even before you get to look for them. You'd have to find raw footage elsewhere. YouTube had said apparently they laid down something that was too violent, but the decapitation of some other dude is still on there.
I want to do research on what is the Isles of the Blessed, Elysium. Like, I don't know.
Wow, I thought you'd completely blown that off. Sure, give me a research roll, please.
Got it.
Right. It's a ancient Greek or perhaps older conception of the afterlife. It was at one point it was separate from the realm of Hades, but eventually it kind of got all logged together. Um, it was if you were doing a good life, this is also the Fields of the Blessed, different name apparently. If you're doing a good life, you'd go to Elysium.
Okay.
But there's anytime you deal with this old shit, then you get a lot of blurring. It kind of depends on who wrote about it and stuff like that. But yeah, it's supposed to be a nice place to hang out after you're dead. Although it's it's a lot less vague than the conception of heaven, because most people aren't able to tell you anything about heaven. But pretty much it's like you're on permanent vacation in Elysium. It's kind of the same as where the ancients were, but you know they don't have to work and stuff like that. Hugo found one of those cats. Sorry, Alex found one of those cats that the eyes go back and forth, and one of the paws waves in his room. Are you guys wanting to do anything else, or just hang out and wait for Hugo to emerge triumphant? But blood, Alex. I'm not sure why I want to call you Hugo. Dan. I'm not sure. Do you want to wait for Alex to triumph but bloody from his room? Oh, here, let me send this again. Here. Should be on the roll 20.
I'm just reading my book about skinning people and drinking some tea and relaxing.
You are so alarming in so many ways. Right.
Go whack some balls.
Oh, give me a golf roll.
Dirty boy.
You can hear him now. Are you in? I don't see you.
I've always can hear them because it's through your.
Oh, right. Right. Yana, could you decrease your hand by 1, please?
Oh.
Hey, I see Matt coming in. Whatever you just remember, whatever the fuck you did for next time, Matt.
Yay!
So, right. Alex Kinley walks out of his room clutching a fucking bag that has the cat in it that's desperately trying to wave at you. It looks like it's very shifty-eyed.
Mm-hmm.
Jeeves is conspiring against me. I don't know why. Something's going on here, and I'm not happy with it.
Probably because the name is Jim.
Jim? Yeah.
That's just my speculation, though.
I think you'll find it's Jeeves.
It shall continue, I'm sure.
Yes. Our happy will continue. All right. He loves me.
So, do you know what happened downtown with all the gangs and such?
It's just a bunch of people killing each other.
Yes.
Pretty much, that's it. We didn't really look into that too much. We were busy with other things.
What?
I got a new show handy! Woo!
Right.
Pilot went live! Woo!
Okay.
Did you have to do the reading? So, why didn't you make them do the reading?
Because they were already in, and timing worked. So yeah,
Sucks.
yeah.
So what parts did you get?
Tech Sergeant.
I'm yeah.
Hold on.
Wow, such
Boris
enthusiasm.
Ganate or Ganatka. Yeah, my enthusiasm is pretty gigantic for that.
I got the horrible part with my head in the aquarium or something.
Nice. Jealous. Right. So, what are we going to do?
Yeah. What are we doing?
Oh,
Well,
I'll
what?
just fill you in on a couple of little things.
Okay.
So, me and Sherlock, we did some stuff yesterday. There's quite a lot of kind of backdoor shenanigans. Not sure if this is going to come back and bite us in the arse later, but we kind of tried to blackmail one of the high up executives. It didn't go well over too well.
I see.
But then we kind of redeemed ourselves by giving her the copies that we'd made. So we found. Oh yeah. By the way, don't tell him. But the director, we completely burgled his house. Yeah. So we found out that he was blackmailing the exec lady, or well, I don't know. There was all this weird shenanigans going on. Anyway, there's this like exec lady, and that you see the blonde actress with the big, yeah. That lady, she had like a sex tape or something that she wanted us to go and get back off the director because he was using it as leverage against her. So we broke into his house. We drugged all his homies. We drugged his dogs. We basically drugged everyone in the whole street. It was brilliant. The whole street was just like basically rehypnol. It was really fun.
Wow.
Then of course we all had to put them into various spooning positions, which is customary for when that happens.
Is that customary?
Yes, yes. And then we stole the safe, not the contents, the safe. Just ripped it right out of the wall. That was quite cool. And then we got it. Then we couldn't get home. It took us 6 hours because we couldn't find our way home, and our limousine driver came out drunk. So kid had a good night. Then we got home and spent about another 6 hours trying to get into the safe because no one could do that. And we finally could, and I didn't know, I wasn't there for that, so I don't know how Sherlock did that, but he got in. And then we found this old book with scary Latin in it that I haven't read yet. We found 2 ledgers, accounting ledgers, which was basically to do with this big high up exec. So we made copies of it all. I had a date with her and went along with Sherlock. So she's like, well, this is a bit of a stretch date. It's like, you for the price of one. And then we gave her the books back and this note that came with the books. And we were like, there you go. And she was like, where's the copies? And we're like, we didn't make any copies. And she's like, okay, I believe you, as in me. Sherlock, unfortunately, is not a very good actor. So she was like, I don't believe you. Where are the copies? I'll have you all killed if you don't. I was like, fuck. Right. So I had to give her the copies back. So now she were kind of in a good place with her, but yeah. Which I think I pulled it off because I kind of said, look, if you were in our position, what would you have done? She was like, fair enough. I said, you're obviously an intelligent lady. So I don't know what that will come. Maybe she'll give us some work. I don't know.
And then they had a threesome.
Yeah. And then the blonde lady, we gave her the disc back, which we still have a copy of. So just in case we want to blackmail her down the road. Yay!
Cool.
There's my briefing.
Sounds
All right.
like sounds you have fun.
Ooh. So now we're filming this piece of shit and trying to climb the ladder. So I want to basically, I need to find them and cut their head off.
By the way, Yana, whenever you move your papers, I can hear that, and I don't know why.
Oh, because my new microphone is close to the paper now.
Got it.
But it's better than the clicking.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
It just sounds like she's dealing with sandpaper occasionally on her end, and I don't know why.
Sometimes you need to sit on some sandpaper.
Yeah,
I
something.
feel like I've been doing that all day. So anyway, right. It's up to you guys what you want to do.
I need to go and find a sea lister so I can cut the head off.
Oh, okay. Sounds fun.
Well, it's not that I have to, I want to.
Yeah, of course. Like cutting people's head off. Yeah, and I can then try to skin them.
Of course. That's
Yeah, great.
People are doing it.
That's awesome.
So, obviously, I don't know if you've both gathered this. I think probably Doc, with his experience, probably has. But we have to be a bit careful about how fast and high we go on that list, because obviously it's one of those things where the higher you climb, the more noticed you become, and the more noticed you become, the more people you have vying for your talent.
Sure.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Oh, and I coined a new phrase. It's a really good one. The talenting. Yes, I knew you'd like that, Chris. I said it to someone the other day. I was like, so I want your talenting, and they're like, what? It's like, you're talenting. I want it. And I want to take it off of her, but she belongs to the same studio, so yeah, damn it. What if we had? Oh yeah, well, we can take it. Okay. We did find some weird shit actually in regards to that book. So basically, there was a note in the book. I go get them the note.
Okay.
It'll be easy for you to read it. So there's all this weird Children of the Zeus thing. Some kind of a cult thing, I guess. They're kind of all nature-loving hippies. This book basically entails in Latin, like their practices, I think, in their rituals and stuff, and how they go out into nature and perform these things, and something about chosen people.
Can I see the book?
Yeah. You speak Latin? Of course you do.
Yes, I'm a doctor.
All right. Do you want to look at the badly Google translated notes where somebody's trying to use Google Translate to translate an overly complicated language, or do you want to just look at the book itself and see what the fuck is going on? Flip
I'll
through
just
it.
look at the book.
Okay. The book itself, just so you know, it's a big, old, kind of scary-looking vellum, some illumination on it, little pictures of vines and shit. But yeah, give me a read Latin roll for a quick browse. Did you make it?
But one.
Oh, fuck you. All right. Let's see. It talks about another world and how to get there. After droning on and on about other worlds that are out there, the author purports to have discovered a way by which the children of Zeus, oh, by the way, zero Sandlaw, zero Mythos, none of that shit. The children of Zeus, and only the children of Zeus, may travel to this other world. Essentially, what you have to do is out in nature, under a full moon, and on a hill, black candles, sage burning, various chants, which need to be properly pronounced, and you can totally do that right now as you are fucking masterful at Latin, apparently. And most important, a ring which those wishing to travel must stand inside. It also specifies that this book itself, no copies, must be used during the ritual. And as you've seen from your earlier card play, this book, quote, counts as a magical thing. And so it's subject to go away very quickly by the disappearing book card. But fortunately, it's Alex's, not your guys's, and he wasn't playing at the time. But the ring itself can be of any substance desired, but should it be broken, then, quote, demons come and fucking eat you while you're doing the ritual. So they recommend having it something that is really hard to break or blow away or something like that. That's pretty much it.
Okay. first off, so all of this was found in Menzies' safe, right? So just think about that. They weren't. I don't think there were separate items, but they're all put in the safe. So the account ledger that was using the blackmail, the exec, that's one set of things, and then the demon box that had the movie of the lady burning down a building, whatever. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So what was meant to be a porn tape was not a porn tape. It was a woman trying to burn porn that ended up burning down the whole building and burning people alive in it. So she's pretty much ready for,
Oh.
manslaughter. Well, not manslaughter, would be death by fire, whatever. If we decide we want to do anything about it, at the moment she thinks she's got the only copy back, even though she suspected the Sherlock because he's such a terrible fucking liar. Horrible liar. Can't take him anywhere. So there's that, and then Logan. I'll explain this in a second, guys. But in that book, with the old book with the Children of Zeus, is there any images in that book that resemble the image of the tattoos on the people's arms? Okay, so there's have you got that, by the way, to show them?
Mm-hmm.
Some of these people on our sets. Okay, there's different I don't know groups within like the acting groups. So you've obviously you've seen the Klingons, right? The weird Klingon people. So that's kind of one techie group, and then there's like a subgroup within the grifters and all that. Not the actors, but like the grifters and all the workers and stuff. Some of them have that tattoo. We don't know what it means. I thought it was kind of a partial McDonald's logo, but apparently it's not.
He's loving it though.
So, evil corporations and that. But no. So some of these grifters and stuff have those. So again, it's very secretive. It's very hush hush. We think it's kind of some subgroup within.
By the way, Alex, please give me a memory roll.
Correct.
You've still got a key that you have not used.
I know.
Just FYI.
Yeah, for the box. I don't fidelity. Oh, I suppose we could go to fidelity if you want. We're going to check that out.
Just thought I'd mention it because you guys can choose what you want to do. There's a lot of shit going on.
Okay. Well, it's something I've always kept in the back of my mind, but I was just looking at other things first. But yeah, no, if we want to go and find that box, I suppose we can see what at least is inside it.
Yeah, it's been over a week since the big brawl, so to speak.
What, the big riots?
Yeah. Although there's still, most of the riots have died down because apparently people got their loot on. Because anytime that there's any problems, the first thing you need to do is go down to your local Best Buy, break in and steal a flat screen TV. Because that's just how it's done in the States. It's like, oh, inequality and injustice. I am off to get my new flat screen. For reasons.
So that key goes to what exactly?
It's a fidelity safety box, lockbox.
Okay.
I had it on me when we basically arrived. So yeah, I suppose we could go to the Fidelity Union Place or whatever and find out what box this key belongs to.
Yeah.
Cool. You guys head over to the door and open it, and everybody give me a Sandy roll. This is to see how high you jump. You're not going to lose any Sandy for failing it, but it's a
Got it.
I jumped really high.
Excellent. So is the UPS guy who was getting ready to fucking knock. Ah! He says, is there a Mildred Baumgartner here?
Ah! Ah!
Ah! He says,
Yes! Oh,
sign please.
okay, I think I can sign my name. I don't know. Well, yeah, maybe, okay.
Have somebody sign for it. He says, I don't care who.
Hmm.
He
So-
gives you a box. It's maybe about this big by that big. Not huge or anything.
Okay,
It's smaller than a loaf of. It's like a small loaf of bread.
yeah.
The box size.
Is it heavy?
Kind of. It's maybe a kilo or two.
Okay. Hopefully it's not a bomb.
It's about bomb weight.
Oh, shit.
Just an FYI.
We got a bomb!
The UPS guy goes, ah! And runs to his fucking car. He says, the riots. No, it's happening in China too. And he fucking jumps in his car.
Is there a return address on the...
Yeah, actually there is. Fucking lousy ass bombers. You can't even get good assassinations anymore.
What is it?
The address? It is from Detroit.
That's all? Just Detroit?
Well, no, it gives the full address, but I'm assuming you're not going to fucking go to Detroit and demand answers right this second.
No.
Although you might.
Yes. Okay, I opened the box.
Inside, you find a small, weird statue that seems to be made from actual other animals. It looks like a furry, upright rhino with claws.
Okay. Is there a message of some kind? Or
Yes,
is it
it says, you are the best science officer ever.
Yes.
And it says, you are ahead of the others.
I angrily throw it away.
Yeah. Well, someday you'll get a body. And anyway.
I hope so. Oh, maybe I could skin the. If it's made of real animals, I could.
It does look like it's made from actual other animals. It's a
I
little
pick it
animal
up.
made from and now it's in the garbage there.
I pick it up again. I will practice later.
Okay. Got it. So, right, you guys go and you've got 3 cars, 2 of which are banged up, and 1 of which isn't.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take the unbanged up car.
Okay, no problem. I just need a driving roll due to this fucking horrible driveway with the. Oh, now that you have no unbanked, you've got 2 more. Doesn't walk around and go back to. And then car number 2. Here we go. And it's now on top of the other car. You climb out of that one. Car number 3. All right, now all the cars are there. The gym guy, the old Indonesian man, comes out and he just looks in there and he goes, I'll get somebody to deal with this, sir. Would you like me to call you a taxi?
Sure.
Very good, sir. He calls you a cab that shows up. Cab driver, it takes him about half an hour, and he spends a while just staring at the fucking pile of cars and shit. Like, rich people be throwing out cars and shit.
Pretty much.
Where to?
Fidelity.
Fidelity.
Yeah. The company, Fidelity.
Like the bank?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys pull out, and as you're driving down the highway, a police car comes up behind the cab and puts on its light.
Uh-oh.
Cab driver pulls over.
That's all right. That's
Cop pulls
signature.
over. And it just sits there, the cop car. There's a police officer in the car, and the cab driver, who's currently getting out driver's license, registration, that kind of shit. And the cop is sitting in his car. Just sitting there.
I don't like it.
And at this point, Mildred Baumgartner slowly begins to lose her fucking mind, clutching her skinning human tools.
Driver, do you want to go and find out what's going on?
I'm black, he says. I am not getting out of the goddamn cab.
That's what it is.
Another police car pulls up behind the first.
Whoa.
Calling fucking backup.
He puts down his window and he's just holding his documents in both hands outside of the fucking window. And he goes, please don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me. And they're just sitting there. Oh, one of the cops is getting out of the car and slowly walking toward it. His hand is like on his belt near his gun, and he seems to be looking at you guys in the back.
Don't shoot! We didn't do it.
He stops and he goes back and he talks to the other cop. Now you've got cops coming from both sides. Due to that, there's a lot of.
Do you want to read your next part of the line there, Mildred?
Which part?
Oh, officers, hello, yes.
Excellent. Everybody give me a talent roll to see if the cops recognize you.
No.
They're checking out the cab driver's documents and keeping a fucking eye on you guys.
No.
Nobody? Cool. They ask you guys for identification. The cops or the driver's keeping his hands out of the vehicle and just sitting there, and he's keeping an eye.
Officer, I'm Alex Kinley. You may have heard of me. Come on. Oh, probably because of the. You must watch the new amazing show we're in. I'm the pilot with the weird green skin and tentacle. Something.
Did you say skin?
All right. Yeah. He checks out your ID. He's taking your IDs and going back to his cop car.
Oh. Hey. What's happening? Why are we stopped?
I don't know. I'm waiting for him to tell me to get out of the car and lay on the ground and put my hands behind my back, and I will comply, says the cab driver.
I know.
We got stopped.
What?
Yeah.
Huh? Are you saying something racist?
Of course not.
Oh. They're always bugging the black man, he says. Eventually, your IDs and stuff come back. The cab driver takes them and distributes them to you guys. The police officer tells him he has a taillight that's out. He agrees with whatever the police officer is saying and promises to get it fixed. And eventually, you guys are on your way again. So, you guys eventually...
That was a fun part.
Yay. You guys eventually get to the Fidelity Bank. It's one of those large, we use a lot of marble and stone facade to make investors feel secure type places. There's a line of more than a dozen people inside that you can wait in.
We can wait inside the people.
Inside, you can go
Good
queue.
idea.
You're British. You like to queue. British people love queuing.
Such a lie.
So, do you guys want to go queue, or do you want to just rob the place while you're here, or what?
Okay.
All right. Excellent. As you guys are standing in line, more people come in behind you, and they just don't have enough tellers going today because, they've laid them off to make a little bit bigger bonus. Give me spot hidden rolls as you're standing in line. Because apparently even going to the bank is not a simple fucking thing. Yana, did you get it too?
Oh,
Yes.
Sorry. You'll be here in the middle of a fucking robbery.
An armored car outside pulls up
Oh no.
with two armed guards that begin heading in. Like they've got like one of the wheelie things and stuff like that. And yeah, they're just heading on in. The bank manager guy comes out and greets them. He's like, "Oh yes, come with me," and he's taking them to the back. What are you guys doing while you're in line? Okay, Yana,
Nothing.
you
Just
stare at the person's head in front of you and think about skinning him. And
Yes.
Doc Fulton,
Is there bathrooms in here? Are they near the back where they're going, or no?
not really in the same direction. It's like on the other side, but there are bathrooms if you're wanting to head over to them.
Can you see, like, would I get a better angle if I was like to go to the bathroom to see where they're going or anything?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, right. From let's see, Matt, you've got several neat pillars and stuff you can hide behind, and as you work casing the joint, did it make any? There's plenty of security cameras and shit like that here. Yeah, it's just God damn it! I thought I had a picture of the bank. Let me get the picture of the bank for you. It's kind of an upper end establishment. This is the kind of place that rich people go to leave rich money. Blah blah blah.
Why are we here?
Apparently, you're well-to-do actors, is my guess.